Hey there YouTube, welcome back to my channel, Mikey speaking. Today I got a video in regards to New York and their home buying programs that are available to you whether you're a first-time home buyer or not. Now they are available whether you qualify or not for the program itself, you'd actually have to apply and see. But I'm going to go over some of the pros and cons and some of the things you should know about some very good programs out there in New York. This goes from New York City, Brooklyn, and many other counties as well. And it ranges from $7,500 to $100,000 of free money you can utilize, both grants and loans. So I will say this too, if you happen to live in a different county, or different state, please just drop a comment below and I'll make sure to look at that county and state and make a video just for you. If you give me more details like city, county, and if you're a first-time home buyer, I can get more specific towards what programs actually qualify for you under, a brief look, and then you have to apply and see if you fully qualify. Anyways, that's enough of me just chatting. I'm going to bring you over to the computer and start explaining the program now. So we're going to start off with the Bank of America programs. Now, please keep in mind, both of these programs, though are separate programs, are both offered by Bank of America for different purposes, one being closing costs and one being down payment. Now, for both of these programs, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer, and it is a grant, so you don't have to pay this money back. It is free money given to you for closing costs and down payment. This is why I like these two programs, but they're only available in certain counties. So if you're not in these counties, it will not count for you. So let's start with the American Home Grant, which is specific towards closing costs. They actually help you with up to $7,500 of your closing costs, which is about 75% on average. At least in my head, I do about $10,000 for closing costs. So above 50% of the closing costs this should cover. And it does say maximum up to $7,500, so they can approve you for less, but that's up to them. So something to keep in mind, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer, and an educational class isn't required for this specific one. For the other one, the down payment grant, it is. And these are the counties that actually qualify for this one. Bronx is in this one, and I will go over another Bronx program as well. Oh, sorry for the noise, but let's continue. I actually have here the down payment grant, which is 3% or up to $10,000. It's going to be whichever one is less, unfortunately. And you may have to pay taxes on this money that they're giving you for the grant, which isn't bad because, again, they're giving you free money. If you have to pay taxes on it, I think that's totally fine. But just keep that in mind. You will have to submit a 1099 for your taxes. Now, a client does not have to be a first-time homebuyer, but does have to complete the educational class for this one. Now, there's less counties actually available for this down payment grant, but if you see your county here, then you'll be able to qualify for, or at least you'll be able to put in for both of these programs to use them together, ideally getting 17,500 of free money up to, which would be nice. Bringing you over to the next program, this one's going to be specific for the Bronx. I was looking for programs for Queens and Brooklyn. I couldn't find too many. I apologize. But if I find any, I'll make another video. So this one is between 30,000 and 40,000. I saw multiple answers on multiple different websites. The link for this one is down below. And it can be used for down payment and closing costs, but unlike the Bank of America one, this is a loan, not a grant. The nice thing is that it is a forgivable loan. You have to live in the house for up to 10 years without renting, selling, etc. Now they do have conditions. Let's say you have to leave early, sell early, then it'll make it like partially forgivable. And then the other part you have to actually pay back for that loan. So please keep that in mind. That's even if you move out to rent it to someone else. And for the Bank of America one, just like the other programs, all these programs I go over, you have to live in the property. Please keep that in mind. Client needs to be a first-time home buyer for this one, as well as the next one I'm going to go over, and a home educational course is required for this. And you can use this for down payment assistance or home repair. The home repair grant, I don't exactly understand how it works, but just keep in mind it is offered. You can ask. I mainly go into home buying programs, but it was covered in this. Anyways, You have to have 3% in savings. So if you're buying a house, I know New York won't have any houses for this cheap, but let's say you're buying a house for $100,000, you need to have $3,000 in your savings. But same thing, if you have $100,000, you can't have more than 25% of assets, liquid assets, which it didn't go into whether a retirement account would count towards that. But you can ask your lender and they'll be able to get into more specifics. But if you're buying a house for $100,000, you can't have assets worth more than $25,000. What those assets are exactly, I know for sure regular stock accounts would count. I'm just not sure if retirement accounts would count. So that would be a good question to ask. And like I said, you have to occupy the house for 10 years to get the full benefit of the forgivable loan. The next one is actually for New York City. And this one I couldn't find too much information on, unfortunately. All I was able to pull up is that the program exists. It gives you up to $100,000, which is the biggest amount so far. It is a loan to my understanding and can be used for down payment and closing costs. You have to be a first-time home buyer and home educational class/course is required. That's what I was able to pull up for New York. I hope that you live in one of these counties and you can actually use one of these programs. If you do actually use any of these programs, please shoot me a message. I would love to understand how the process was for you. I'm still in the process of trying to move to Florida, so I'll be using the Bank of America program for Miami-Dade myself. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe. If you know anyone living in any of these counties or cities in New York, please just send this to them, share it to them. It's a bunch of useful information. The description below, or the links will be in the description below. The Bank of America one, you just have to call them. Hope you enjoyed this video. Till the next one, hope you have a good day. Bye.